It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 435.
It's weekend banter.
Clap it in.
And it's Dill's final show in Australia.
It is indeed.
Mate, you arrived here on episode 340. 340.
Yep.
And it's 4 something.
Do you remember, we had so much energy then, we had so much time, we created a whole video, a highlights video.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, it's intense. And then now it's like, oh my God.
And
I'm
now-
just run down. I'm getting cold. Babies are crumbling. But, Dill, you are leaving us tomorrow.
Yep.
I was actually just near piss. Is that okay?
You do.
Are you serious?
Nah, jeez. He always
And you
does
gave
this.
me shit for pissing before as well.
Yeah. The camera's shaking, the buildings. Anyway, how are you, mate? How's the last... How many hours left?
As of now, like 36 maybe.
Okay. Are you sad?
Yes and no.
I mean, you've been living at large, and when I say large, potentially you're blowing out.
$250 at a mini bar large.
Yeah.
No, like I'm happy to go home because I get to share all these experiences and I have so many stories now to tell my friends and family. But then it's like I'm going back to my original family, but I'm leaving this family.
Yeah. No, that is true. It's what's always interesting about coming home is that everyone's just been living their life.
Yeah.
So not much has changed for most. It feels like you can get that Groundhog Day feeling when you're just in routine. And I know I've come back with this kind of like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and people just like, oh, yeah, hey.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
You last. I don't know what you. There's it's all right. I'll get these going. But what we've got right now, Josh didn't go off for a pee. He's
That's
actually
hilarious.
got he's got a cake, and this is a classic sponge cake from Woolies or Coles.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, I mean it's not even your birthday.
No.
We don't give a shit.
That's my birthday soon.
Oh, it is. Yeah. How many
Yeah.
days into your birthday?
Birthday's Wednesday.
Oh, so this is a happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's weekend banter, everyone. Happy birthday, dear Dill. Happy birthday to you. The sparkler's going.
That's real intense.
So, yesterday was it yesterday or a few days ago? You were saying how one of your brand values is eating a lot of food.
Well, I think you become
I
that
see what
guy.
you've
Like
done.
you are that guy, and then people identify you as that guy, so you are that guy.
Yes,
You've been eating.
pretty much.
Yeah, watch out for
No,
the
that's okay.
$5,000 mic
That's
arms.
fine. That's fine.
I'm more worried about the jumper.
Okay, so we thought, given you are such a top dog when it
try.
comes to food,
Yeah, I try.
how do you feel about eating both of these cakes before the end of the show?
If you can get me 2.5 glasses of water.
Mm-hmm. How about instead of 2.5
more.
glasses of water,
No more.
Oh
no
dear
less.
God,
I have a carton of cinnamon donut milk.
I dig that. Yeah.
Have you heard about this?
Never had it.
This is brand new. Oak. You're invited. What does it say on the side?
It says, where he goes, you're invited to a donut-themed drinks party celebrating the sweet union of Oak and Woolworths. Hungry, thirsty isn't invited and will be bounced off the guest list using delicious, light and fluffy, donutty knuckle dusters and thrown into a buttery lake of beautiful baked goods to drown.
Some marketing
oh
person
dear,
got
did you
to me.
forget you can't swim? Hungry, thirsty?
Okay.
That's RSVP. What the?
Okay.
The
Anyway,
adjectives in that.
but so can you open it? I want to have a sniff, and then I want Dill to start by drinking that. So if you just drink that as your water, and then
Yeah.
97.
knife
Can you
and
get
fork?
knife and fork, please?
Yeah, I'm not going to use my hands.
Yeah, that's fine. So just get. What does it smell like? Can I smell it? Actually,
It smells like cinnamon donuts.
Does it smell?
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, yeah. It's so
Do you want a
naughty.
little sip? You want a little sip?
I have a little bit. We shouldn't really share dairy products. That's the
Sharing
one thing I
milk's a
don't
bit
share.
fucked.
Yeah.
Are you okay with it? Yeah.
Yeah, I've done worse.
What does that mean?
I mean, I've shared worse than milk.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, but what do you mean? Actually, I won't ask.
We're going to leave after the show.
So, yeah, just scull that down, and then
the entire thing. No,
yeah,
I gotta save it. It's
No, you do
Well,
what you want. Do
it's
what you want.
in stages.
I'm going to take out these Sparklers.
Sparklers are really hard to light.
Oh, Josh, your mouth tastes good.
No, that's the donuts.
Mm.
Oh wow, that pink icing on that tastes amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna
It tastes
take
like pink
the
donuts.
jumpers off because I don't want to get
Really,
anything
this
on
is
it.
how full on it's getting.
Yeah.
I think that there could be potentially, we should have connected you with Hulk Smash Food because I feel like there could be a career in this for you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, there could be. You never know.
I mean, I guess it depends on if you want to be a competitive eater or not.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of entering a competition?
I thought about it. Like in the last 2 years of school, I'm like, I wonder if I just started to train for it, if it could be viable. But I never pursued it seriously.
Really?
I mean, I stop at the gag reflex thing. Hulk Smash Food says you
lose it.
you have to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Train it out, yeah.
It's train it out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, would you consider yourself a minimalist?
Yeah.
I don't know how like competitive eating and minimalism goes together. Do you know what I mean? It feels sort of like if Matt Diavella all of a sudden started doing competitive eating videos on his
I'd watch them. That'd be
YouTube.
the most
I
high
would watch
production
that all the
value.
time.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Which one do you want to start with? I reckon start with the strawberry one with the cream, based on that one was refrigerated, and also it doesn't have. What are you laughing at, Nosebs?
He's just pumped. Isn't
Yeah,
he?
I'm so excited.
I'm pumped too. Bree was like, now you've got to, now you're not bullying him into doing it. I'm like, babe, look, I'll just ask him and 3D-Dyl will
I
deliver.
mean, if I had a little bit of warning, I wouldn't have had a big bowl of oatmeal about 15 minutes
you
ago.
fucked up.
He had a bowl of oatmeal,
And an apple.
and that was post 2 donuts this morning.
Yeah. Don't tell my stomach that.
Okay, here we go. So what's your technique going to be?
Can I get this on a proper plate?
Okay.
Oh, geez, it's very...
Techniques.
I mean, we don't really have big plates
It's
to it,
more
but
for the stability of it.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to drop it on
Yeah,
my pants or the floor.
Yeah. Have you been faced? Have you been
I mean, you've already left your mark over there.
the coleslaw?
Coleslaw on the floor has
Yeah.
created a big
Bree's
stain.
really slamming down hard on it. You have to walk quite softly on here.
Just
with
like
the,
tiptoes.
It's like a cubby house in here.
Beautiful.
So here we
All right.
go. So start with the pink one.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, when I was growing up,
Ooh,
as
good.
as a
Good weight.
kid going to junior footy and watching my brother play, a sponge cake was
is
something that I'd
dense.
always have. And
One of Ryan John's best mates' parents or dad owns the factory and the business that create these cakes that go into Woolworths and Coles. I think it is. So
If I get diabetes, will you pay for my
I mean, you've already
insulin?
got diabetes, let's be honest. I was nervous. Yesterday you went to cycling, bike riding
Yeah,
with Campbell.
Fucking amazing time. Great guy.
And
did you have a bike of your own to ride that day?
So we went to a bike shop in his suburb. I can't remember the name of his suburb.
Q. Was it Q?
No,
Okay.
close to that though.
Okay.
But
What's another?
Fuck you.
I just read on the email Q, so
no, the bike store lent us an e-bike, mountain bike for the
amazing.
afternoon.
I
They
never
said,
thought
just
about
take it.
e-bike mountain bikes. It feels like I saw you
It's
going
huge.
up a hill.
Yeah, that's the only way I was able to go up the hill that fast was
Is-
because it was an e-bike.
Okay.
Oh, they've banned them in some state forests based on
Treating it like a sandwich. Okay.
the tread fucking up the track, so it's like a motorbike.
Yeah.
Here we go, first bite. I really want a piece, but I really want him to finish it. Maybe I get.
No,
He's
yeah.
angry. He's getting angry.
No, I was thinking before we go to the footy, because after this we're going to the Richmond
Brisbane.
game.
Is that Richmond, Brisbane?
After this-
Lions, Tigers
After
versus
this, I'm
Lions.
going into a coma.
Do you think it's gonna be
So-
like the airplane all over again?
We're going to walk into the G. It'll be a 20-minute stroll. You'll be able to get your
That'll be good.
get your appetite back, and then we'll get into some meat pie. Who's just become the face of 4 and 20 pie? NBA player?
Patty Mills.
Nah. Aussie
It should
dude.
be me.
Aussie dude. Look it up. But we'll be consuming a few 4 and 20 pies today.
I'm not across the things happening in Melbourne. Dill knows more about shit that's happening in Melbourne. Like
I had a 4 and 20 pie last night.
What, for dinner or for
Yeah.
snack?
No snack.
Anyway, but that basketball stuff. So, does anyone know what the deal is with this basketball?
The Boomers versus Australia, wasn't it?
So Boomers is Australia.
Sorry, the Boomers versus the USA.
Mhm.
So the Australian basketball team and the US basketball team, that's made up of NBA players and shit. So there's all these NBA superstars in Melbourne.
Is it a friendly? So what it's
Yeah, I
called?
don't know what it's for. I just saw Amy. Do you know what it's for? Because you were given tickets, or you said, "Do you want a ticket to go?" I mean, she's not grabbing the mic, so she's not going to say anything. She's got nothing to say. So anyway,
97's jumping to the mic. Yeah, do you know what the deal is or no?
No.
Okay.
I mean, she can actually build a child in her belly, but can't answer that. So I can't be disappointed in it.
It's Ben
She can
Simmons
make
as
it-
well, by the way.
Ben Simmons is the
Face of 4 and 20.
Face of 4 and 20. And can you look up if Ben Simmons has any connection to the Adam Goods documentary, The Australian Dream, which I saw last night thanks to Kylie Eddy?
Yeah.
How was that?
Oh, it's fucking unbelievable. It's so unbelievable.
Is it sad?
Yeah, I mean, it's about some serious shit that went down, and it's sad, it's empowering, it's all these, it's all the emotions. I think you'll love it. It's an amazing documentary,
yeah, I'm
and
pumped.
it should be played in every school. It should be made. It should be shown to every single school kid in Australia. What happened?
I nicked the bottom of the milk carton on the chocolate cake.
Oh, and you can't let that. You can't let,
yeah,
okay.
okay.
I don't want to
I
get
thought
it
it
on the table.
I thought it was literally like leaking.
Does Ben Simmons have anything to do with the film?
I think he's the executive producer.
Yeah, so he's dropped some cash into it.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah. What a legend.
Um,
Is he Indigenous, Ben Simmons?
I think so.
Anyway.
the cycling? So you
Oh,
send.
jeez, he's through half of the cake.
Yeah, it's full on. How's it? You got to go to thedailytalkshow.com and watch the video. But the cycling, the one thing that we
It's great,
said,
isn't
because you've been to emergency once since you've been in Melbourne.
This could be a second time
And
today.
I think it'll be
Stomach
fine.
pumps.
It was almost the second time yesterday.
Yeah, and that's what this is the thing,
What?
because Tommy you were saying before he went, you're like, be fucking careful and all that sort of thing.
Well, I'm not your father,
Yeah.
but I basically am your
You are
father
now.
since
Yeah.
being here.
What does that mean?
No, but as you walked out the door, I said, dude, you're only here for a couple more days. Please just be careful, please.
Mhm.
And I know you'd appreciate that, Mama.
Yeah, but the thing
Mama
is,
Torreville. And so were you? Were you safe?
I was safe, and even Campbell said that too. He's like, we went on easier trails.
Yeah. His words were bitch.
He was like, come on,
Joking
man.
have you got your phone with you?
Yeah.
Because I left mine over there. I want to read what you said to me via text message.
Yeah, this
I
is
know.
good. This is good. All right, there you are. Scroll.
So, oh geez, you've got the text small. Is that the standard, or have you made that smaller?
No, I've made it small
Yeah,
because I've got good eyes. I don't have
Yeah.
glasses.
Yeah,
I know,
true.
but
I mean,
that's-
no, that's the thing. Does
no one ever goes down a side. You go
but
up.
hang on, this is a good point. So my vision, whatever it is, I don't know the reading 2020 might be a little bit less. Obviously, yours without glasses, Josh. It's oh jeez, that came from his bum. But yours aren't 2020. Does putting glasses on get it back up? Is it like
Yeah,
if you were
I'm
just
guessing
looking?
so.
Is that how it
Yeah,
works?
I fucking hope so. What's the point otherwise?
That is the point. Well, he just said you have bad eyesight, but now
No,
he's got the same
I've got
as
better
yours.
eyesight than you. I've actually got
That should
like
be yeah.
Yeah, but you need help.
yeah.
If
but
I
the-
go like this,
yeah, but
I
that's-
can't even.
you can't do it. Yeah, they're glued on.
Literally stitched
yeah.
onto your head.
Uh,
It's
read.
holding his nose on.
I feel
I've
like
always
when I was
said
a kid, geez, I haven't had someone try and grab my glasses off it for about 20 years.
Is
It's
that
been
like-
about 20. Don't fucking touch
I've
it.
sometimes-
I feel like don't touch it, fucking touch my glasses was a big line in school.
Why? Yeah. Who,
I feel like
mean,
it
it's
would-
pretty personal to grab someone's face.
Yeah.
I used to take my friends' glasses all the time.
Really?
You still friends?
Yeah.
Anyway, I would have belt the shit out of you if I was in school. I'm just having a look at the text messages. Here we go. So Dill says, I asked him how was the bike riding.
Yeah.
I was actually just making sure that he was still alive.
Yeah.
He wrote back, epic, no joke, literally almost died. And then he said, but recovered from the jump like a pro.
Okay.
And then I said, glad you're alive. And he said, like full jump over the handlebars on a rocky descent. He said, thanks, babe. Me too.
And so did you actually come off over the handlebars? Oh,
Yeah, so Campbell and I were going down, and Campbell's like a really experienced mountain biker. He's been doing this for like 8 years.
I saw the jump that you put on your Instagram, and I was for one moment thinking it was you.
No, that was
and then
Campbell.
he landed, and I was like, that's not Dill.
No, that was Campbell.
Like, yeah, he's good.
So we're going down, and with Australian bikes, the braking between left and right is different than
It's true.
Canada. So
And America.
when we were at the bike shop, we got it swapped around, but I still had it in my head. I'm like, oh, this is an Australian bike. So I was like, I was confident, but not 100%
Oh, no.
confident.
So
So
you
I'm
put
like,
your windscreen wipers on as you were trying to indicate.
and then I signaled left. And so we're going down, and it's the like a rock drop. So there's a bunch of rocks and pebbles and stuff. So I go down, and I'm holding the back brake so that I can control my pace as I'm going down. I got to keep eating this, by the way.
Yeah.
But so I'm going down, and then the wheel kind of skids, and I panic a bit. So I grab the front brake unintentionally, thinking it's the back brake, because I'm trying to remember, did we change it? Did we not change it? And hands were just all confused. So the bike just basically stops on top of this rock, and there's about a 2-foot drop down worth of stones.
Yeah.
And then it kind of slopes out onto the next part of the trail. And I'm going down the hill. Bike stops. I got a lot of sugar in my mouth.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I'm breathing heavily now.
Yeah.
He's already. No,
check-
right now he doesn't need water. He's got
No,
the whole. He's got a whole
we're good.
donut.
All right,
Milk.
Josh.
We'll
Thanks.
check your heart rate
Thanks-
after this
thanks, Mom.
episode.
Can I just check your heart rate?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Keep talking, though.
So it goes down. So I'm going down, and the bike, grab the brakes. The bike literally just stops, and I can feel myself just going
Over.
right up and over. And then I can see these rocks. There's literally a rock that's pointed up like that,
A sharp one.
a sharp one. And I'm thinking, if I keep going over, that's going to smash me right in the sternum. And I'm going to break my chest, and it's not going to be ideal.
So annoying.
So I don't know what I did, but I think using my hands, I pushed my entire body up and over so that my feet were going to land first, and then didn't have enough stability to land just on my feet because I was worried about the bike coming back and whacking me in the back of the head.
So we did a backflip.
I mean,
No,
this
I
is why
wish.
GoPros are great, because explaining
what I'm
these stories
saying.
are so fucking
I wish-
annoying.
I wish
I'm like,
we- I wish
I'm
we
like,
had a
hang on, if you
GoPro.
jumped over the handlebars, wouldn't you have ended up over the rocks?
But what is
He had a rock
He's
drop.
explaining a half a second incident in 15 minutes.
Yeah, but then I'm trying not to land on the rock with my feet either because I don't want to break my
Yeah,
ankle.
great.
So I just rolled and ended up rolling just into the dirt. And I just got a little scratch on my chin. Or
wouldn't-
shin, sorry.
Okay.
Just shin.
It would actually be an interesting, keep eating. It'd be an interesting book
Thank you,
to
sir.
to take action videos and try and write them out. But last night, Brie and I had a wine, and we finished the night with watching fail videos.
As
And it
you
just
do.
so happened that I ended up on one that was just all bikes, bike
yeah.
fails.
Yeah.
And it was just, because drinking's new to me. There's just something about this is what people do. Because it was Brie had gone to bed, and I'm just laughing. There's just so many, just people
Imagine the rabbit holes that people go down just pissed.
Yeah.
I've done it. I've done it a lot with music because then it stimulates you. You're watching all these rappers doing freestyles and just this is the best fucking thing ever. Oh my God. B-Mac and I have done it. Hype man.
Bit
We've
of
just got-
whiskey.
Just getting pissed.
Jim
and
Beam.
even watching shit I don't even enjoy when I'm sober, Metallica. Watching live Metallica concerts is one of my favorite things to do.
Not a Metallica guy.
I
Sober?
don't mind them; they're amazing. I respect them as a group. But when you watch them in front of 1 million people in Russia, it's
Oh,
just
that one,
they did
yeah.
a concert in a hangar in Russia, or at an airfield.
Why is that? What's funny? No,
just do just
Doesn't really
smashing
finish
it
it.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking appreciate it. We're actually just going to time lapse the middle frame.
Well, Dill and 97 eat very similar. So 97's got two
Hand-
cakes.
fed by somebody else usually?
No, before remember when Dill was arriving and we we're sorting out
Oh,
groceries.
yeah.
What happened?
He said, he goes, I eat just like 97. I've listened to 97
Oh,
and
sorry,
I
I'm
eat a
just
lot
gonna
like
blow my
him.
nose.
Oh, that's okay.
Jesus Christ.
No, he's got the sniffles. That's all right.
Oh, yeah,
You're a
sick.
big blower of your nose. Specifically, I mean, I don't blow my nose that much.
We know.
It's similar. I mean, what does that
How
mean?
do you know? I didn't know that.
'cause
Because you
it's
haven't
full.
seen. Such a weird troll.
Yeah, it is a bit of a weird
But
troll, isn't it?
no, it's one of those things. You're very confident with the nose blows. Blow even at a dining at a restaurant, you'll just get it all out.
Oh, I'm not worried. No, I'm not that worried. But I think I've always said that people have, and I don't know what yours is, but the cold that you get most commonly. So it's some people get sore throats all the time.
Mhm.
It's just the reoccurring thing. It's the way their body shows a cold. Amy is a cough. I've never been with somebody that gets she hasn't even had that many, but it's her thing. It's her
It's a thing.
It's her thing.
What a thing.
coughs. It's her thing when it comes to being sick. What's your thing?
I don't think I've got a thing.
Like, how's your cold
I don't get
come
sick.
out?
I don't get sick much.
No,
at
we
all.
haven't been that sick.
I think the
really.
only what would it be? Some people lose their voice. What is it for you? 97.
Oh, you lost
What
your
have we-
voice that time.
Yeah,
that was full on.
What's yours?
Mine's just a runny nose.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
That's a classic
I
97 thing.
No,
isn't
I
it?
never get. I don't get a fever. I barely ever get a cough. It's just runny nose.
All right, Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
I mean, I'm surprised with your diet, Dill. You don't get sick more often.
He's young.
Yeah, true.
I think that's
maybe
part of it.
Part of it.
So this is our final opportunity to really reminisce of 3D-Dyl's time here
Yeah.
while he eats.
Yeah.
97, what will you, if you were to write his forward, which I've already done.
So don't even fucking think about
what's some
trying
of
to
the things
do it.
that you would say? What are your fond memories of 3D-Dyl?
I reckon. I love it when Dill talks about all the differences between Australia and Canada.
Mhm.
Like, it's so interesting. I'll say something and he'll be like, "Oh, what does that mean?" Or he says something. I was like, "That's so weird." Like, all the inconsistencies between the different cultures. I think that's my favorite thing.
Mhm.
It's cute.
was pretty cute.
Do you have one example?
No, Dill and Dylan. That's pretty funny.
Okay.
Just, you know what I mean? Like, it's so weird that they don't have Dill over there.
They don't call you Dill?
No.
No.
Does anyone
not
get
a
called
thing.
Dill?
Do they have the
not
herb
really.
dill?
Yeah, well, yeah,
Okay.
the herb.
Well, that's D-I-double-L?
Yes.
D-I-double-L, yeah.
Okay.
Like Dill
good.
takes photos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
TJ, what is
That's
it?
a
What is it for you?
I mean, I feel like it was yesterday we picked you up from the airport.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
gone so fast.
It's horrifying, isn't it?
Um,
Well, it's just crazy how fast 4 months is gone.
yeah. I mean, it's just been nice to have four of us working together
Mhm.
and seeing the possibilities of what it's like to work in a team of four on shit together. We've got a lot more done.
Yeah.
We've Deal's been great, handy, woodwork, helping me paint stuff.
I think part of it is
It's nice to have a real man around the office.
It is. Isn't it?
Another real man around the office.
I think it's also like working out what everyone's like. What I've learned as well is like finding everyone's like skill, like what they're really good at, and doubling down on that.
Playing to the strengths
Yeah.
of the individual people. Definitely.
And because I think that you better move. You got to finish that cake. So
He's
you've
nearly
nearly
done
finished
number
the
one.
pink one.
Man, do
Imagine.
you want to feel my chest right now?
Yeah. Okay. Is it, well, I mean, what is it?
You,
Is that
you feel that arrhythmia? That's because I'm dying.
what's arrhythmia? Oh, like
Where your heart beats.
Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom.
You have,
boom,
you have an
boom.
irregular heartbeat, which I'm still good. I'm going to finish this. There's no way in hell I can finish that.
Are you kidding?
Oh, he's tapping out.
Really?
I had 2 donuts and a
my
fuck
God.
off big bowl of
Great.
oatmeal.
You are the most ungrateful person.
Currently,
All right.
Khabib
I'll-
has.
I think you can do it.
I'll have that after the footy game.
No, that's not
No,
how
no,
it works.
no.
You've tapped out.
Yeah.
That's fine. We set you a challenge, and you haven't been you're currently in a headlock.
Yeah.
You're Conor McGregor, Khabib Nurmagomedov,
Yeah.
and he's choking you out, and you're about to.
I mean,
Tap.
yeah. There's a
You're
bunch
about
of
to tap,
bunch of challenges we could have. It wasn't running around like we haven't sort of made you do the 200 kilometers in a month thing. We thought. I said to Tommy, I'm like, what can we do that really Dill's going to be able to smash so we can celebrate him and he's not going to have to tap out.
You want to give the boy a leg up, so we chose the food.
But,
thing.
you've eaten a whole cake. I wonder how many calories.
Can I get some water, by the way?
No, you got milk.
You got milk. you got milk. It'll be fine.
What's been your
34 grams of sugar
In the, in the milk.
in per serving, and there's 2 servings in this carton.
68?
How do you actually feel? What's the feeling?
Slightly heavy.
Yeah. You're shaking a bit. That's fine.
Yeah, that's the sugar.
Yeah.
Was
it's
that the-
amazing, isn't it?
Which cake was that, Josh?
It's the pink one. Brie, is it on the
icing sponge or something?
Yeah.
It's sponge.
Yeah. Pink sponge
Pink icing
from
sponge.
Woolworths.
Woolworth. This is going to be great. You'll be able to. Some dietitian has probably jumped
Nah,
on.
they've actually got the calories
Yeah, it's
on there.
by law. Oh, he's finished it. I'll clap that.
Okay, well done.
That's
You guys
it.
were worried about me yakking at
All
the.
done.
All right. So
At the
now
footy
But
game.
just like Bodhi, what I do with Bodhi is there's a little bit more. I mean, that's a whole nother scoop. Here we go.
Okay. Come on. I reckon you can at least do half.
No,
I want a
Josh.
piece of that. No, I like that.
Just one.
I will vomit all over the microphone.
Yeah, don't.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how sick. Isn't it so? This is one thing I was thinking.
I'll make myself do it.
You know when you're sick, like this is a weird thing, but it's like, when you're car sick or any type of sick, or someone around you is really sick, whenever you're okay,
God
Bree's just
bless.
handing Dill some water.
Thank you.
It's funny how when someone else is sick, it's like when during the week when I had some technical issues and I was like really in my head, and everyone's around being like, "Oh, it's gonna be okay."
Oh yeah.
You know, when you're at the moment, you're saying, "Oh, everything's gonna be okay." You really can't feel what the other person is feeling.
You good there? You want help?
So Tommy's just
I
helping.
I felt the anxiety.
I know, but it's nowhere near like him right now. It's crazy to think of the experience Dill's having right now. And we're so like casual because we're not experiencing it.
I just don't want to push myself and actually make myself sick.
Mm-hmm. Have you vomited yet on this trip?
Yes.
Have you? What from?
Yeah. No, actually. No, I did. It was a really fucking small, pathetic little vomit. But Mace and I were at the gym with Andre. What was the name of that thing that we were doing?
A sled
Yeah,
push.
so we were doing the sled push. And I never done the sled push in my life, right? And I've maybe been here a month at this point. So I haven't exercised in a month and a half since school had finished.
So do you exercise? Like being honest, because it feels like at the start of the trip, it's your best self. You're like a walking Matt Diavella video. You just got like you're writing everything down. You're really organized. You got everything clean. Everything's good.
Had moderately decent biceps.
Yeah, you've got all that stuff going on. But then slowly over time, you just get comfortable. And then you can start being like, oh, I'm going to have a donut. Oh, I'm like, I am the donut guy, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. When I'm at school, I'm in the gym like 5 to 6 days a week.
Really?
Yeah. And I eat ridiculously healthy.
Well, you can. I think I believe it.
You believe that?
No, because I see how he
Pass me my phone for a second.
how he cooks. Like he's across the
Are you
slow
going to show us a
cooker.
rig shot? Have you got a rig? I want to see your best rig.
It's just his background. You've seen it.
You got chocolate on you. It looks like you're being eaten shit.
Dude, as I was munching into that mud cake, I just thought, I'm glad you didn't even attempt, because that it's like
That is dense. And there's
dense,
a lot of
trying to
sugar.
get that down.
Should we have given it to him first? Did
Oh, I don't think you. I think he would be sick if he went that first. I reckon he would have been sick.
It's 2,500 calories.
Which the one that he just had?
I found it on the mud cake, but the other one's so similar. So
That's
1,000
awesome.
calories.
Anyway,
You couldn't even do a workout that burns that many calories.
I've done
no,
it
you can-
before.
A 2,500 calorie workout.
Yeah,
what did you do?
I used to do the indoor cycling training and stuff. So there was one day where I did 150 kilometers on the bike trainer.
Bree, if you want to bring that over,
fuck.
I'll have a look.
that mud cake, 240 grams of sugar.
Jesus H. Christ.
I say this is the sponge iced fresh cream and jam filled pink. That's what it's called.
pink.
Pink. It just says pink.
Ingredient pink.
Pink.
That's
What is it? So, what does it say? Per serving.
Per serving, 39. It's only 17 grams of sugar.
Yeah,
per
but how many
serving.
servings? There's probably 8 servings or
Yeah.
something.
8 servings. Correct.
Baby knows his cakes. That's like a pizza. Well, it's like a cake.
So
So
you,
a pizza.
have had a good 100 grams
Plus the
100
milk.
plus grams of sugar.
Yeah.
He's slowly just going red like a tomato.
So we're going to the footy now.
Yeah.
Final words. We'll have you on. We'll once you're all settled in at home, we can have your little booth set up there and join us and make 97 smile with all the crazy inconsistencies of Canada. Like, what a quirky guy, hey? It's just like
I love the cultural inconsistencies.
I call him Dill.
You're
and
really,
they don't
you're
say
really,
it in Canada.
You're really
It's
showing a
crazy.
lot about your social
Could
life.
you imagine? Do you know what? I can't wait for 97 to travel with us, because everything will be exciting. It's like, Josh, have you seen the little cans on the plane? You know, that sort of shit. It's just,
He's a little puppy dog.
yeah, everything's a little bit exciting, isn't it?
I mean, I know this is about Dill this episode, but if you throw any question at Mr. 97, he answers it. Doesn't mean it's going to be a great answer.
No,
But it's one of the things I like most
anything
about
else?
him.
Did you want to say anything else about Dill? Like the other things that you find quite cool?
Anything less lame?
Anything
that's
else?
His accent's just so different.
He has a really nice Canadian accent,
Yeah.
No, I think it's it's been awesome having you here, Dill. as like Tommy was saying, having another person in the team's been so cool. And you've helped heaps with the show and
Let's
stuff.
change it into a 21st speech. I like that. Yes. Oh, that's nice.
And that's the thing. I've been able to learn a lot from you guys too.
Yeah.
Mhm. What have you learned?
A fucking lot.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a
Have you
list.
got a note? Have you got a list?
I literally wrote it down. I was like, oh, they're gonna ask.
Oh, that's
at some
good.
Yeah,
point.
yeah. I like that Dill's always prepped for the stage.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone just all of
Stickers
a
get
sudden
around it.
Yeah. I
pulled
feel
out
bad
a leg turn and he's, mate, you got to make a speech. He's like, fucking, I got this sorted.
I want to see the
Just,
pages of things that he's prepared for that we haven't asked.
Josh,
Okay, great. Yeah, here we go.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, you've written it for
Tom.
everyone.
Mason.
Oh, this is good.
Well, not Bree and Amy because I didn't
No,
expect
that's
them to
okay,
be
that's
here, so
fine.
I'm sorry.
That's right. You can ad lib.
All right, go. And what's that diagram that you just drew?
All right.
So
sure.
you've got a fields note. What's that?
It's a design for a print.
Go outside. Is
No.
that another one of your quotes?
It was
Well,
that's actually the visual of him coming off the bike.
Yeah.
No, anyway, back to you, Dill.
Okay, there we go.
You
Sorry.
could read that to take us home. Take us home before we go to the footy.
Take us out.
So, Josh, a couple things that I've learned from you
Mhm.
in the last 4 months: keeping an open mindset and being open to opportunities.
Yeah.
Such as me actually being here
Mhm.
was something a little ridiculous, but you were like totally willing. You said, "Oh yeah, let's make it happen,"
Yeah, it's outrageous. Go on.
which is pretty cool. Using a critical eye to look at different and non-obvious aspects of work and life.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have a very. I was talking to Bree about this the other day. It's like you think about and you have such a considerate thought towards even the most mundane of things,
Mm.
which have a big impact.
Great, thank you.
Can I
Which is
just stop for 1 second?
I'm
Josh,
loving this.
You're not actually. It's not a competition for you to eat the chocolate cake.
Look how small that fucking slice is.
I know, but
Jesus
that's your
Christ,
second. That's your second.
That's huge.
It's
Are
your
you kidding
second.
me?
No,
Second slice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You
back to
pig.
it.
You had just as much as me.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's not a competition. Don't feel like you need to finish it.
What's here? I don't want to waste it.
So it is a competition. No,
No, it's not a
keep going.
competition. I'm just fucking.
all right, Josh, eat it.
Yeah, go. Yeah. Okay.
An eagerness to share. Like I remember when the first 2 days that I was here, we were driving down in the CBD, and you're like, "Oh yeah, look, there's Flinders Street Station. Oh look, there's this other place. Oh look, there's this other place." And I'm just kind of wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, and like I have no idea what's going on. But even just some random stuff, you're like, "Oh yeah, look at that over there." I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty dope."
We were both our best selves in the first week. You
We
were there.
really
You were
were.
just writing everything down, just really interested.
And then it
I
all
just
went downhill.
And then I'm just like, Dill, I'm not available for the next 6 weeks.
Yeah, you just mentally we broke up a little bit.
Go on. what else?
The little things in relationships, like spending the week with you and Bree was really nice.
Mhm.
And even seeing how you guys interact was nice to see, because like you guys have been together like what 12 years now.
Mhm.
Fuck, that's long.
It is on.
My little sister isn't even 12.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous.
She could be our kid if we had her
That's
when we
true.
started dating.
At 16,
That's
17.
Yeah.
The
That
height,
happens.
the height
Yeah.
at which Bree's eyebrows just raised was incredible. I want to thank you for all the coffees, the hospitality, my nickname, and so many weekend adventures that we've been on. Walking around the city, going down to Phillip Island.
Fuck, that was a rainy.
That was an adventurous day.
That actually changed my life. I look at balloons completely differently.
Oh, because they kill penguins.
Penguins, not good. Balloons, not good for penguins.
Yeah, fuck you.
If you
have a balloon.
yeah, if
Balloon
you
plus penguin dead.
yes,
Yeah.
And so my whole that's like if I see like I saw someone doing an event and they had a bunch of balloons.
Did you go
And
and
I was
pop them
just-
all?
No, I was just
You should have.
probably
Penguins are
how
gonna
people
die
have a
now.
reaction when I don't use a keep cup.
Mm.
If I see a balloon, yeah, dead penguin. Well, that's beautiful. Thank you, Dill. For Tommy.
Yeah, for Tommy, I've got a little more.
Mhm. Here we go.
You don't
How
have
to-
to. You don't
how
have
to
to get
screw
through
dry.
that. You know.
An unrelenting patience
Mhm.
is something that I've learned from you, which I'm really grateful for. Because like the first week when I was here and we went to shoots and stuff, you have to remember I came into this not even knowing what an XLR cable was,
Yeah.
and I had to learn on the shoot and on the fly. And even though I was slow at it in the beginning and didn't fully understand even like how to set certain parts of the tripod up or certain parts of the gear, you were like, yeah, do this or try that.
Me, on the other hand, no fucking time for it.
What the fuck, Dill?
Tommy, sort him out.
And it was like I said, it was the unrelenting patience that made me feel like I wasn't kind of fucking up all the time and allowed me to learn it properly in a way. So you got that the charisma and conversations that you have with people, even when it's the first time that you're meeting them, is really inspiring to see. And that's definitely something I'm going to be taking back with me.
Taking his charisma back.
Yeah. I'm going to be the Tommy Jackett of Canada.
Yeah, it's just,
I don't even know what that means.
I'm going to start stripping. No.
just a lot of hey, mwah, mwah, hello, you know, double kiss, always double kiss,
Just
always double kiss.
3 times.
Hello.
Face lick. All the storytelling techniques through video that you taught me just in doing snippets for the show and stuff, and doing it in such a simple way, like showing me that it's not complicated and it's not something that needs to be overbaked. It's once you really learn to recognize it, it's relatively straightforward. So there's that, and as well as the importance of connections. Like a lot of the people that have been on the show, or a lot of the people that I've been introduced to through the show, have all been because of different connections you guys have had. And then you're like, oh no, I used to know this person once upon a time. And I've always heard that, oh yeah, connections are important, but seeing it in real life and meeting people through those connections has been really cool. I need to take a breath because the sugar.
Well, about to have a heart attack, is he?
A little bit. Yeah, advice on video techniques, giving me a new outlook on parenting and family life has been really cool.
What's the shift? What has changed in your outlook
on parenting and having a kid? Well, I don't have a kid. But like I
got
just
7 months.
I see you in the videos with Bodhi, and I'm like, I can't wait to be able to do that with my kid. And just like, you're only 30, you're not exactly old, right?
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 I think, yeah.
Right?
I think he's right.
You're not 50.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And it's like, when I see you playing with Bodhi and everything, like at the skate park and whatnot, it's like you guys both look like your kids, just having so much fun. So I'm excited to have that experience one day and try and channel that youth into it. And I'll never forget you laughing when I was in the hospital, getting my thumb stitched up. You come out, how's it going, Dill? I was like, oh, I got my thumb stitched up, and you just start laughing and everything. We're all looking at the nurse. We're like, what the fuck's going on? And she's like,
how much is this going to cost?
And she's like, oh no, you have reciprocal. Oh yeah, we shouldn't talk about that.
But no, that's good.
It's
Thanks,
like when a
Tim.
kid falls off a bike, you have two options. You can either be like, oh no, are you okay?
Yeah,
Or it's
yeah.
like, get back up.
No, you always laugh.
Yeah, you got it.
We say to Bodhi, dust it off, and he gets up.
Yeah.
And then he's dusted it off.
His little finger severed. Right.
Mason.
Here we go.
You're probably the most mature 19-year-old that I know, which is pretty impressive. At least on the show, you're the most mature 19-year-old that I know. The thoroughness that you go through with certain things, like how in-depth you go, even in literally like file organization. It's like, you're a fucking nerd with that. And it's inspiring to see, because obviously it pays off, because the show is becoming more and more successful. And clearly it's an integral part of it, what you're doing. And just your willingness to go outside of your comfort zone. You bleached your fucking hair, man. Because these guys told you to.
Yeah.
I mean, you ate a whole fucking cake because we told you to.
Yeah, that might have negative repercussions. But like all the stuff that you've done, or that I've been able to see you do and experience with you, has all been outside of your comfort zone. A lot of it, and it's been cool to see.
Do you think you've gained confidence? Do you think you've
Absolutely,
matured?
absolutely.
I mean, you just had a cake. I don't know. Matured bit, I'll leave that out. But no, I definitely think the confidence.
I think I'm going back to Canada as a different person than when I came here.
What's the biggest difference?
Yeah.
Just a different outlook on everything. I was talking to Dill Takes Photos the other day, and I had gotten back from the bar with Scooter Derek after we had gone to the comedy night.
What'd you do? Where'd you go?
literally 5 steps down
It
the
was
street.
like easy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
What'd you drink?
IPA.
Is that a
Whatever,
beer?
whatever his whatever his standard IPA was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know what the name of it was. But Dill Takes Photos was walking back from the pub, and we were like sending videos to each other and chatting, and he basically told me all the stuff that I was thinking in my head about what I'm gonna do when I go back and how this whole experience has changed me. And I had to write it down because there's no way I was gonna remember it.
Because you're off your face
Yeah,
on IPAs.
Yeah, I was a little pissed. He said, it's not what happens to you that matters. It's what you do with what happens to you that matters.
It's all good. The monitor just went off.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's all
The girls
fine.
definitely
panicked.
panicked.
Absolute
Is the
panic.
camera
Sorry.
recording?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
recording.
all good.
Okay, I had a
That's fine.
small heart attack there. Yeah, no, it's not what happens to you that matters. It's what you do with what happens to you that really matters.
Mhm.
Like I cut my thumb.
Did you?
Yeah, actually, right there.
Jeez.
And like, we could have let that ruin the trip, and we could have been like, oh, Dill just can't work for X amount of days, and it's like, oh well, it was a fair effort while it lasted, but we didn't really let it bother us, or it wasn't. We didn't let it get in the way of having fun and still being productive, right? And it taught me to appreciate what I have, and appreciating what I have here as well as back home. It's like I have a loving family to go back to, but I also have a loving family here, which I wouldn't have expected coming halfway around the world to be received in that way, which has been amazing.
How are you preparing yourself to go back to Canada?
I'm just going to wing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to go back, and I've got to go to the doctors and get a new health card and a bunch of personal admin stuff to deal with. But I'll just take it in stride.
There's less unknown going back though,
Yeah.
compared to coming here. There's so much
Yeah.
unknown, which
But
I
it's
think
almost
the unknown.
like you'll see. I heard a great quote, which is like, "We travel not for the new, viewing new things, but we travel so that we can see our home in a new way." And so I wonder how many different things you'll start to notice just going to a coffee shop in Toronto and having that experience.
Yeah, definitely. It is going to be different. But one of the big things that I've learned in the last 4 months, and I also had to write it down because I was going to forget it, is that society has this kind of weird, fucked up mentality where it pushes you to seek a job and money and a pay raise, and promotions to keep yourself comfortable and kind of just get you in the stream, and then you kind of just go with it, and you just want to stay in the main river. You don't want to branch out or anything. But what I've realized being here, doing the daily talk show, being a part of big media company, getting lost in the Otways, taking buses 4 hours across the country.
A few of those things we had something to do with. The others we had nothing.
Well,
to
he
do with.
reckons his feet are so bad he's got to go to the doctors when he gets home.
No,
for
I'm
them from the
getting them
blisters.
checked out because a couple of the blisters got infected, and I just don't.
I'm glad you'd be going for that.
I just don't want them my feet to fall
No,
off.
definitely not. We didn't have anything to do with those. Just
No.
for the record.
It's all on me.
Okay, great.
That's a good title for your next book.
All
So
on
just
me.
figuring it out, and the next one's all on me.
This is true.
Yeah.
I kind of like the one that you posted on Instagram, though.
What was that?
I can't
one?
remember.
I can't either.
It was, I was in Sydney.
No, I like that. I like that too.
And it pushes us towards these jobs and opportunities, or these jobs and money rather than opportunities. And like this whole trip, this whole experience was built around a single opportunity to 3D print squeegees. And it's like, it's the weirdest thing to come out. Like this right now is the weirdest thing to come out of you sticking a squeegee up your ass.
It's very true.
Right?
For now, anyway.
For now, yeah. Plenty of weird stuff to come. But like what I've noticed is opportunity doesn't wait for anybody. It doesn't care if you're too busy or if you don't have enough money or anything like that. You just have to do it.
So what would you say to your friends if your friend was like, "Man, you had the best experience"? What would you be? What sort of advice or things would you be saying to encourage them?
So I had the best experience because I made the experience for myself. It wasn't gifted to me. It wasn't handed down. I didn't inherit it through family or money or anything. I wanted to do this thing, and I wanted to make my life something that I would always remember. And I didn't want to just get stuck in the same river, just flowing along like everybody else. I wanted to be able to branch off. And I was only able to do that because I sent the emails and I was like, yeah, it'd be great to come down here. So yeah, I mean,
and you've also got to pull the trigger, right? Like there's heaps of people who say, oh, I'll come and visit and all that sort of thing. But like actually booking the flight.
Yeah.
And like sending a plan and saying, hey, this is what I'm doing and making it easy. Like that's all the, like people can have everyone's got crazy ideas of what they think that they will do. That's the next steps, right?
Yeah. If one of my friends, put simply, if one of my friends came up to me and said, oh, it looks like you had the best time in Australia. Like, how can I do something like that? I'll say, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea how you can do that for yourself, but you have to do it for yourself.
Yeah.
That's the only piece of advice that I could credibly be able to give. That, and make sure that you don't get lost in the outways.
You don't go the outways.
Not fun.
No, it's been great, mate.
Yeah.
It's you're hardworking. You're useful. You make me feel old, even though I'm actually
you're
10 years
you're
old.
only 10 years older than
It's
me.
still fucking a lot.
Yeah.
It's
You
a lot.
notice the difference between a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
You would hope so.
But no, you have definitely shown a work ethic that we will look for in other people that we take on.
Thank
We're
you.
not doing any more interns, by the way.
This is
But full-time employment. No, but seriously, I mean, fuck, I don't know if we'll ever do this again.
Yeah,
It's
a absolutely unique experience, and we're all playing in ambiguity and all playing in giving it a crack. We'll definitely, I think, we'll still have the posture of giving things a crack, but it won't look like this.
Well, I think you were talking, Dill, about coming and doing this. That's being up for. You're playing a game where it can go pear shaped. You didn't know who we were. We didn't know who you were. So we were mutually playing this game of this could all be fucked.
Yeah.
And so we didn't know who you were. You didn't know who we were, really.
Yeah.
You listened and saw and, spoke to us on email and shit.
The only kind of perception of your guys' personality and lives was through a 30 to 45 minute podcast each day.
Yeah. I mean, we took a serious punt. And so did you.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think it's paid off. But when I say we're not doing it again, it doesn't mean we'll never do internships, but one that's 4 months and you had to travel around the world and embed yourself in our lives
Yeah.
and it be your life is a different story. But
just imagine
we won.
Yeah,
we won.
Just imagine in like 9 years' time or 8 or 9 years' time, meeting up, having the show.
Yeah.
3D-Dill being like, you're doing your own. You've got your own thing happening.
Yeah.
And we just like catch up, and that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Isn't that such a cool idea?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it feels like it's just the start.
Real future nostalgia.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I love. I can't live in the present. Future, past, don't choose in the present. We're off to the footy.
All right, guys.
It's a daily talk show. Instagram, go on there, the Daily Talk Show on Instagram. Give us a follow. You'll see a bunch of posts that Dylan's done over the last few months. You can still get your book.
Yep.
If you just, if you go on Amazon and type in
Dylan Torville, or I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah.
It'll show up.
Come up. Have you worked out how many you've sold? How's it all going?
10, I think.
That's
10,
cool.
11 copies.
that's
I mean,
great.
I never did it to sell, to make money. I did it because it was, I'm never going to have this experience to write something like that again. But
most people just have a personal diary. So it's great. I think it's
I've
awesome.
got a book, so flex.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great.
But thanks to everybody who's bought it so far. It's great. It's great to see that people actually want to buy something like that.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks, Dill. It's been so much fun, and we're looking forward to having you on when you're back in Canada, and you can give us the lowdown of what's some weird, wacky shit that 97's
weird
just like,
cultural differences, eh?
It's just like they're on the other side of the road. It's crazy, isn't it? All right, it's Daily Talk Show. We'll see you tomorrow. We've got a guest,
Marley Silva.
Yep.
She's amazing. She's got an Instagram account, Titus for Titus, and an awesome podcast. And I love that chat.
Yeah. I'm excited to share it. And we'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys.
Thanks.